Let's go on and see. Don't see me yet. Potentially. I think we might be live. Could be wrong.
I see myself. I think.
Okay, we're live. Cool. All right, perfect. So we have another call review today. If you don't know who I am, this is your first video of me or live stream that I've done. My name is Christian Polk. I've closed over $8 million in deals myself. And then now I teach people like Nathan how to get better at sales, close more deals, primarily selling to identity. Okay. So on the docket, we have here today, we have 2 calls where he is selling a BizOp offer. One that goes sideways very quickly. We'll take a look at that one. And then one that he was able to close as well. And we're just going to see like how he could have dialed it in more. Okay. And just for everyone, just so they have a little bit of an understanding, what exactly do you sell?
It's a BizOp offer for helping people go viral on social media. We have 2 calls. The first one is a very, very fun call. And that's about it. Basic BizOp.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's pull that one up here. All right. And if you guys have any potential questions, just go ahead, ask them in the chat, and I'll pull them up here, like my lovely wife commenting. Okay. So let's just go ahead and dive into it.
We can help out with that.
And by the way, I do apologize about having to reschedule from yesterday. I am living in Vietnam right now, and there was a giant flood. So that made it to where all my power was out all of last night and pretty much all day today. So I'm good now. I did get woken up early by her grandma freaking out that my wife, who is pregnant, needed to go to the hospital, which made no sense to me because she's like weeks away from giving birth. But they're worried. I'm like, but it's not flooding where we're at. But where the hospital's at, there is flooding. So they wanted her to go into the flood. Let's just say we didn't do that, but it's been a fun few days. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's dive into the call.
What about
Living
you?
the dream as well. Right? Every day is a dream in paradise. Right?
Right.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate you filling out the application. Okay, I've gone over it. Just so that we're on the same page, though, maybe fill me in a little bit. What made you want?
And just so people have the context for this call, typically they're going to go ahead and they're going to buy a low ticket item that helps them with their social media, go viral, something along these lines. And then they book in a call with a coach to get a strategy plan where that's where the upsell happens. Correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Are these people that are inbound, like they came directly to you, or did you outbound these people?
These 2 calls are inbound.
Okay, cool. Let's listen.
I want to go ahead and book in this call. How can I help?
Okay, well, tell me again which call this is because I've booked several. So I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, and I blurred out the names.
It's his viral. Oh, okay.
Viral growth. Okay.
Right.
And tell me a little bit.
Now, this is what I would say. Generally speaking, you want to know exactly what they did buy, right? So it's like, so that way, if we watch this back and forth, it's because like the name, we weren't actually precise with it, which just gave her, a little bit too much room to be a bit of a Karen on like, well, that sounds slightly different than what I bought because it was slightly different, but it's like, it's pretty much the same thing, but not exactly. And then that causes us to have to go into this just ridiculous back and forth.
Yeah, because we have multiple low tickets, and I didn't check the notes before this call because I wanted to go and not assuming anything, and that kind of shot me in the fucking ass.
At least like if you start to get into this, like at least like pull it up here, right? If you're at the point to where like you don't know what it is, at least pull it up so that way we just don't deal with just this bullshit. Because like ultimately at this point, this back and forth is just nonsense.
More.
Yeah.
Did I purchase it this morning?
Let's check. It looks like you purchased it. Yeah, it looks like about 4 hours ago or so.
Okay.
That's blurring your face.
Not ring any bells over there.
Whatever.
Gotcha.
Does that ring a bell?
Did it ring a bell? You mean, do I remember
so much more
it?
painful watching it back. Right.
Yes, but it wasn't called that. Called something else.
Yeah, what you purchased was.
Well, no, I don't remember it being called that. But in his video, he called it something else.
Okay. What did you
Yeah.
hear? Just so that we're on the same page.
Excuse.
And you can tell like your energy dropped immediately once we started to have this back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like very, very like early on, like we felt irritated. So then that's going to come across in how we're acting. Okay. So
was
if
a
we're coming
negative.
across irritated,
Yeah.
then she's going to come across like all it's going to do is exacerbate like how she's reacting to you, which you never want to be in that position.
Yeah.
So even though she's being a little bit like over the top, like don't get me wrong. Okay. I heard this and I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like I get it.
Okay.
But if we allow that to bother us, then this call can go nowhere.
It's a negative feedback loop. That's what I feel like is happening
exactly.
on the calls don't close on this offer.
Right. And it's like it happened very early on rather than just maybe even explaining to her. It's like, oh, yeah, we have a couple different ones. So if I didn't say the exact one, like maybe that's where the mix up is. Like just let her know that. Right. It's like then you're not at least on the back foot because like immediately once you're having this conversation, you can tell like you just checked out mentally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then it's like if you're in her shoes, how is she supposed to react to that? Right. Just like naturally. Okay. And it's like we check out. She's older. You're younger. You know, you young whippersnappers, you can see how just very, very easily, right? You can see how just like very easily she can just get this in her head that like he's not really listening to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like I never want to be in that position.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Well, I don't remember. It's been a busy day.
Oh man.
But in your messaging,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
Which is
very
funny.
important.
It's funny because she doesn't remember what it was, but she remembers it's not what you said it is.
That's what I'm saying, mate. Like,
it's very interesting, right? And it's like, I'm not saying she's being completely reasonable because she's not being reasonable. Like, I really don't think so. But we can't fall into like being irritated by it because it's only going to cause a negative feedback loop.
That you make these things clear so that your potential customer, me, which I already am your customer, better understands what's going on.
Okay. So then as far as any potential help that you're looking for when it comes to your business, do you know what help you're looking for specifically?
Well, tell me.
Now, if she is saying something like this, we at least need to acknowledge it.
How would you acknowledge it? Like just saying, no,
it's like something. It's like I'll let the marketing team know.
Okay.
It's like, I'll let the team know. Right. I'm not gonna sit there and like justify, oh, you're totally right. I'm like, no, it's like, oh yeah, I'll let the team know.
Okay.
So then we can just move on. So at least she feels heard. Because like a lot of the times like get into the mindset of like a Karen, like ultimately they just want to feel heard. So if we don't actually address what she's saying, even though like the concern is probably what you're thinking, very small, not really pertinent to the sales conversation, she at least needs to feel heard before you move forward.
Yeah. Because in my head, like I was thinking about apologizing, like, oh, I apologize, this, and that, but I thought that would cut to my authority. I was like, just starting to justify
it's
and
like,
apologize.
Well, you can overdo it. Like, you can overdo it. It's like, oh, apologies on our end. I'll let the team know. Right? Like just something really little and you can move on, but we can't allow this to affect us. Right? Because if we allow it to affect us, it affects our energy. And then we're not going to be able to conduct the conversation as soon as it does get on track. Like something like this is so minuscule. It's like, hey, if she gets this win on like, hey, maybe we need to label things correctly. Like ultimately it doesn't affect how the sales calls going to go. Yeah. Right. It's not some big thing. You know what I mean? So it's something so small. Like I don't need a win on it.
Okay. I see.
More about what you do. Now I watched a bunch of videos and I don't know if that was your product or somebody else's because I acted on 2 this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying.
Like look at your energy. Just like right away, you can tell Now she's saying something like, "Oh, well, I didn't know exactly what it was. What am I gonna do with you over there? Right? You're forgetting me already.
We'll
What's
forgive you
happening?
this time.
Right? So we can play around, and like that's gonna loosen her up. But if we're like so stringent and we're allowing her to like suck her energy, then no good.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to get clear on which
Yeah.
one. So tell me what you do. What did I
And what
buy?
we do, right? It's fairly custom, right? That's why we have these calls, just so we can actually help you make a clear roadmap when it comes to helping you with your business. In a nutshell, though, what you purchased helps you go viral on different short form platforms, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is, when it comes to
Okay,
helping you go viral and then monetizing those views.
and
Does
tell
that
me
make
what I
sense?
purchased. I think it was like $19.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
She
and
knows
what
what she
was
purchased,
that?
bro. So what you purchased specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I would have just done that much earlier on. So you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Allow her to have this win on like what the name is. It's not important.
Gotcha.
Essentially, what that means is we help you with your personal branding, and then we help you automate that process with AI. Okay.
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 All
Is
right.
that
That sounds very familiar now. Thank you for
okay?
going down that path.
Okay. Perfect.
You see, you're like totally checked out right now.
And as far as any potential help with your business, like, do you know what you're helping for again?
Do I know what I'm helping for?
Do you know what you're looking for?
What I'm looking for?
Right.
Well, it caught my attention.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
looked at it, and I don't know if there were multiple videos or that's the other call I have tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there was enough interest there that I booked this call. Now I'm learning a lot of AI. I'm loving it.
Okay.
This is my 30th year in business.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I had a whole career as an executive and a college professor and other things before that.
Right.
Okay.
But
So
I'm
you're
very
totally checked
passionate
out.
about helping
You
people.
can just see it in my eyes, mate. Okay.
And
Yeah.
so
You're
I
glossed
feel
over.
I'm at a place where it's time for me to make a bigger difference in the world.
Okay.
Right. And as far as how you're planning on making a difference, what is your business right now?
Well, I offer mind.
So before I dive into that, I'd want to understand on like the actual help you give before I dive into it. So what do I mean by that? So you help them go viral online, social media presence. It's like, okay, and how do you feel like having a presence actually fits in with that?
So how do you feel like having a social presence actually fits in with that?
Or building your social presence, whatever it is for. Because again, I would want to understand how that fits in with everything. Because it'll give you a better picture of then where to take the conversation. Because like who knows? Like she could be wanting like a charity. She could be wanting like so many different things. Like rather than just diving, like just assuming it's more of a business, I would just be a little bit more specific on like why she's here rather than just going for the business.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Body being integration.
Okay. Break that down for me a little bit.
Break it down. Well,
Yeah, very quickly.
I
Right?
can
30-second overview.
I can start teaching really quick. So, do you know what the mind is? Do you know the definition of mind?
See, it's like now we're getting so off track. And it's just because like we went to like into the business and then like rather than like, hey, how does social media play into this?
If I ask that question of how does social media play into this, and she's like, oh well, I just be able to like make a bigger difference if I'm able to
Okay,
get
but like
more
bigger
views
difference how? Like what difference are you actually looking to be making?
to heal their mind, body, and soul.
Okay. Well, how would we actually do that? Like then like that makes sense to then go into the business.
Okay.
Right?
I see.
Now she could be as like vague as you're saying, or she could give you more specifics. Like who knows? But I wouldn't start off like just steering the conversation in that direction unless I have to go there.
Okay.
Now, if somebody says, hey, do you know what the mind is? and you can tell she's about to go on a diatribe, I would
Yeah,
say
that's exactly what
I'm right. I'm pretty familiar, but real quick, refresh me.
Yeah.
So right there, I know she's gonna give me something. She needs to get it out. Like it's like she's itching to tell you something, but I'm curtailing how she's going to say it. So
Mhm.
it's like real quick, remind me. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar. I've done a
Yeah.
lot of study on it. Real quick, remind me.
Okay.
Okay, so I can curtail that.
The brain, but you might have a better definition than I, don't you?
Oh, yes, that's
Okay.
And again, don't actually give one, right? Because then you could be wrong. What's the mind? The brain. Oh. No way, it's that. Sorry, all right, my bad.
Oh man, I find
So-
these fucking like spiritual guiders so funny to hop on calls.
but
with.
it's like you can't fall into their trap. That's what it is. So it's like don't give them specifics that now they can argue with. Just be like, yeah, I I've studied it a lot, but real quick
Just
remind
remind
just
me.
real,
Okay.
it'll nip it right in the butt.
The first thing we do, what is the mind? The mind is a regulator of the flow of energy and
Okay.
information. Okay.
Right.
So we get clear on that. The
Mhm.
body.
I think the biggest thing that you need to work on is have your facial expressions actually be a little bit disconnected from your inner thoughts.
What am I?
Because
smiling
I can
too
tell
much or something?
exactly. No, like
Which,
let's see when it goes back to.
you know, we have one. And we tend
hope
to
so.
think of it, well, everybody tends to think of it differently. But we actually go into the body
Yeah.
to
Uh-huh.
open up
Right.
the various
And again, when they are like going on diatribes, like little verbal cues to get
Speed
them to
them
speed
up.
up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And I'll start doing this with my hand. Like they'll start to subconsciously speed up.
Mhm.
Because like
Yeah.
that's what you're telling them with your body language to like speed
Yeah.
up.
systems,
Right.
like
What are you thinking right now?
This bitch is broke as shit.
Right. So it's like, is it very clear from your facial expression that's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So rather than you actually looking interested so you can have a better conversation, you're wearing exactly what you're thinking on your face.
So should I just be more leaned in, like more interested? Because I can tell exactly what you
Yeah.
mean. Like I'm looking at her like she's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And like, how do you feel like she's going to react to that?
Yeah.
Just anybody you're talking to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not
that's a good
super
point.
great. Okay. So again, on some level, sales is a little bit of acting.
Mhm.
The way that we, again, facial expressions, tone, us leaning in, all these different things are things that we can do to go ahead, speed them up, make them actually feel like we actually want to understand. We should want to understand. That's one thing.
Mm.
But if they are talking about something that's at least like irrelevant to the conversation and you know it's irrelevant, because I feel like that's what's happening, you can't
Yeah.
wear that on your face.
Okay.
Okay. So, and if you notice that, like, we're just going down this, like, train of thought, like, too much, it's like, okay. And we can definitely dive more into, like, how that actually works and everything along those lines. I'm just really curious because, again, I don't want to miss any, like, important stuff. How does social media actually play into this? Is there, like, a way that you're going to be, like, helping people, like, teaching them about the mind? Or how would you actually be doing that?
Okay.
And then get it right back on track.
which is a crystalline structure,
Of course.
and just other things, traumas that are held in there,
Okay.
All kinds of resistances.
Right.
Something that happened when you were maybe 3 years old.
Okay. So more therapeutic.
Well, you could say that.
I want to add things.
Yeah, I was trying
Why?
to get her to
It gives
shut up,
it
but
gives
she
them
disagreed with it.
rooms to disagree. So rather than
Yeah.
so it's this, it's I see where you're coming from.
That's what she
It's the
meant
something without actually saying anything.
to. Okay.
Okay. Study politicians. You get what I mean? You never actually make any statements, but you're moving the conversation along. Oh, okay. No, I can see where you're coming from.
I
Well,
see
help
where
me
you're
understand,
coming from.
right? And then I'm right on the next thing rather than,
Okay.
so it's this. Well, it's not quite that. Like,
Yeah,
fucking
because not
like
there.
now
We're
we're
just on the back foot.
now we're prolonging the conversation, and she feels like she has to educate you more because you didn't understand it.
Yeah.
No good.
And then
Right.
the being is infinite consciousness.
Right.
And so what I do is through that process,
Mm.
it's a bridge
Yeah.
from the particle world, if you're familiar with particle
Mhm.
physics, what
Yeah,
most
okay.
people think of as reality,
Right.
into quantum, which is
Okay.
frequency.
That makes
So anytime they say, if you're familiar, just say I'm familiar.
okay.
Because they'll start to shorten it up.
Sense. Okay. And Diane, is this a business that you're doing full time at the moment?
Well, I've been full-time for many years. My goal is not to be full-time, if you mean 40 hours a week.
Well, as far as, do you have like a job on the side that's helping you provide,
no,
or? Okay.
No.
Perfect. Okay. And this
So
is a
I've been
business that you've
doing
been doing
this
for the last
for
30 years,
30
right?
years. 30.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
but newer to online.
okay. And as
Yeah.
far as the monthly revenue of the business right now, sorry, did you say that you're not doing the business online right now?
Well, I'm really new to transitioning to online.
Oh, okay. So it's more of an
That's
in-person
new,
business.
more of a
Are you doing more of an in-person business at the moment?
exactly. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Well, no, I've been
So are you doing this versus how are you doing it now if you're not doing it online? One, you could be wrong. Second one, you can't be wrong.
It's more open-ended. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we're just giving her too many opportunities. And it's like you can understand, like when you hop on with this type of person, she is looking for things to disagree with.
Yeah.
You understood that a minute in. She's looking for reasons to disagree. So very early on, I'm going to stop giving her things that she can actually disagree with. So I'm not asserting too much. I'm just more asking open-ended questions. I'm steering the conversation. And like this question, can you give examples of how you'd steer back in this scenario? Right. So if they're saying like, oh yeah, we can definitely cover all that for sure. Like how you actually fulfill on the business. But I'm curious about like currently, how are you actually getting people into that business right now? How's that actually structured? And how do you see social media playing a role into it? Like we could definitely get into that later. Okay. I would also say a couple of things if you're listening earlier is like not labeling it in a general way, especially with somebody who wants it to be just like, oh, where I'm coming from, and just moving along and then steering it in with the question. The problem is like we just gave her too much to disagree with, and then she feels the need. She has to continue to talk.
Yeah.
Right. That's really the issue there.
Mhm.
doing online since COVID.
Okay.
But I'll say just kind of dabbling. I intentionally not done any marketing.
Okay. Why
I've
is
been,
that? Out of curiosity.
well, one reason is my mother died,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
I really needed to take some time.
So rather than, oh, I haven't been doing any marketing, I would want to understand how are we getting clients right now?
I assume
The
it's
difference is the
referrals.
difference is if you ask her why, she can justify, give you excuses. If you ask her what, you'll get facts.
Mm.
And I would say it's like that's not always the case that you would want more of the what questions than the why questions. Oftentimes it's the opposite. You're talking to people who are a little bit more matter of fact and you need more why questions. This lady is overloaded on her why. We have no facts. So it's like, I just need facts. I need grounding. What is happening right now?
Okay.
What is the business? What are we actually
see.
doing? How are we finding people? What's our actual revenue per month right now? She didn't answer that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I need what questions right now? I need a foundation of like, is this something to where this person, I don't know, like had a rich husband who died and now she's just like basically makes $200 a month and she's fine. You know what I mean? Like, what's her scenario? Where is she at? Who is she? We still don't know. And right
Yeah.
now, where it's like we're so far, like we're 8 minutes into the conversation, and what you know about her business is kind of a understanding about particles and how the mind works. It's like, it,
Have no
so it's like we
direction for
just
the entire call.
yeah, just like
Yeah.
no direction. So it's like I'm going to just not talk about justifying questions, not talk about why questions. I just need what questions. I need foundations. I need to know where we're at. Then from there, you can maybe start asking some why questions, but not until you have the actual foundations.
Okay.
Okay. Because we don't have anything about her situation.
Yeah.
That's the key issue, because we don't understand her situation and we allowed a diatribe. We don't know where to take this conversation.
Hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Time to look at things.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
And so that's
Mhm.
been a process that really I didn't understand at the time,
Right.
Uh-huh.
but it has really infused what I do.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, help me understand.
Okay.
because we learn so much from every.
It's like she's just teeing it up where she's giving you these really long pauses. Well, help me
Or we're
understand.
not
Then
cutting in.
since 2019, how have we actually been getting our clients? Since COVID, how have we actually been getting our clients? And then we're right on track.
Hmm.
So the problem is, because we've allowed her to lull us to sleep, now she's taking control. She's dictating the pace of this conversation.
Mhm.
Okay. Even though
Yeah.
she's not taking the reins like a type A really would, she is in complete control of this conversation. It's at her pace. She's extrapolating just a ton, and like it's just going nowhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everything.
Of course.
If we're
Right.
open to learning.
So, okay. And Diane, just so that we're on the same page, apologies, I'm getting a little bit confused. My mom never said it was the sharpest tool in the shed. Is your business full?
That has to come across like a joke.
She didn't laugh. How is that like just more playful tone?
What? Yeah. Now, my
Yeah.
mom said I wasn't the sharpest tool in the
Sharpest tool
shed,
in the shed.
Diane.
Okay. Because it just came off like I was
But if you-
literally retarded on this call.
Yeah. Because if you say it like you say everything else, then there's nothing that's drawn attention to it. So if
Yeah.
you say it the whole time, then it's nothing. But it's just
Yeah.
shifting our tone from like
Okay.
serious to playful. I'm a little bit confused, and hopefully you can forgive me. But mom said I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Like
Yeah.
I'm over dramatic. Like to get
Mhm.
her to actually understand that you're playing. And still, when you do that, you will still get some people who like deadpan you, but it's a lot less likely. But if you
Yeah.
notice, you said that exactly how you said everything else.
I feel like that comes from me just being checked out at the beginning of the
Yeah.
call. And everything is just
Yeah.
stale.
It's like fucking stomp on your toe or something, bro. Like wake up. Yeah.
There's some fucking sauce in the call, bro.
Yeah.
Fully online at the moment since COVID, or is it still partly in person? And we're looking to transition fully online.
Well, it's not fully either way, because I was here offline
Mhm.
for many years. I have longtime clients. The longest is 25 years.
Right.
And so I continue to make myself available to local clients
Okay.
still want to work with me.
Right.
Some
Past
online,
clients, of
some we
course.
meet online.
Okay.
Because my focus has been the transition,
Mm.
but there are a few clients I don't want that. And so I
Okay.
respect and honor them, and I
And
meet
then you
them
still
where
do in
they
person,
are.
right? But going forward, you want to meet new clients online. Is that
Yes,
right?
I don't want any,
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, they can be local, but we're meeting online.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So then going forward.
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, because everyone has different reasons why they want to go online. Why do you want to go online? Is it more of the freedom? Or what's the main reason behind that?
Well, I am online. We're online.
Yeah. See, she kind of told you she was in the middle. So when you say
Yeah.
like, hey, why go online? Again, she's just looking for reasons to disagree. So
Mhm.
it's just making sure we're a bit more precise in our speech. Why would you want to be transitioning to like fully online?
Mm.
She can't disagree with that because she agreed with that, rather than why go online. Well, I am
I think
online.
I asked that a bit later in the call, and she said, I don't want to go fully online because I still have students, I still have people in my local area that I'm going to be doing in person.
Okay. Oh, and I apologize. I must have misspoke. Like, so why moving forward, bringing on any new clients, you want to like just do online with new clients?
Just make it so fucking precise to where she can't deceive
Yeah.
no matter what.
So if she disagrees, like, oh yeah, I apologize. Why this? Right? Just get more precise, more precise, more precise. Okay. And then with this, like in terms of like current, could you ask in this section like why now? Like try to find out like what changed, beginning of pain point. Yeah, you can go into like, okay, so why actually focus on going more online like now though? I would say the issue with just asking this question right here, I would say it would have been better than what you did ask, but the issue is we still don't even understand fully what she's doing. So we're diving into problem without even understanding her situation.
Yeah.
So like that's the part that I would say is what's missing right now is we don't like, could you even tell me how much revenue she's doing? Like up at this point, how much revenue she's doing, like really where she's getting clients, what she does with the clients. Like we don't understand any of that. So then the issue is, then when we start diving into the pain without us understanding the situation, we just don't understand where we're going, right? We're guessing we know where we're going. With somebody like this, you cannot guess because she is just looking for reasons to not answer your questions and disagree, right?
Yeah.
It's like from the very get-go.
Okay.
I enjoy technology.
Okay.
I actually started learning it. Now you
Yeah.
probably had it in your playpen, but I started learning it
Eventually, I've been doing business for a while.
probably
How do I
about
respond to something like that? Because I feel like that's a cut authority. No.
No, like it was it was a lighthearted joke, and it's like the way that you reacted to it, like you did.
we're online.
No. Okay.
I
Sorry, go
I enjoy technology. I actually started learning it. Now you probably had it in your playpen, but I started learning it
Eventually, I've been doing business.
So if we respond to a lighthearted joke, even like, let's just say, for example, because I know for you, if people don't know, you're pretty young. You can't tell by looking at you, and that can come across.
Yes.
So if we want to debunk that and really make sure we don't lose any credibility by also not being a poor sport, because here's the difference too. If I like we're just talking about social dynamics. If we're in a group or we're having a conversation and I make like kind of lighthearted jab and you take it seriously, you're seen
When
as
it
the
comes
weird
off,
one.
this affects you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming off defensive. Well, I might be older than what you think, Diane. Right? Like, I'm still addressing it, but I'm addressing it in a playful way. So you get like, moral of this call is you cannot be bothered.
Yeah.
We're allowing this random person that we don't know, we're not going to speak to ever again, to actually affect us.
To bother me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about being just less bothered overall. If we're less bothered overall, we have a better conversation. We get her to be more open. We have more direction. Okay. Our energy doesn't dip. So all these just come from at the very beginning, just being bothered by this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's either we have the conversation, or if it's like, if you check out, just like, I don't know, like reschedule them or something. It's like, but like this right there, like not great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
For a while.
probably about 15 years ago, because I felt guided. You know what that means? Guided. Yeah, like spiritual guidance to
See, like I would say, do you know what that means? Is a much bigger jab than like you probably had that in the crib.
Really?
100%. She's like you have no clue, and it's like, and part of it is because like we've allowed her to put us in that box that we don't really know what she's talking about. It's like, do you know what that is? It's like, I have an idea, all right, but you can tell me. Right. I like, even though she's asking a question, I'm like, yes, I do, but you can tell me. I'm giving you permission to tell me the definition. She's not in control of the conversation like you are.
Oh, even that little shift in frame control right there.
Yeah. So it's like you got to be hyper aware of it.
Okay.
To begin learning,
Okay.
what does it look like? So I've taken a lot of courses,
Okay.
and I have a course platform.
Okay.
I've
Right.
done a lot of Zoom.
Okay. And
I
Dan,
said-
what would you say is the biggest apologies? What would you say is the biggest constraint in the business as far as the marketing goes right now?
I don't think there's a constraint. I'm looking at next steps. And so whatever,
So probably a better question. Again, I would say this isn't generally going to be the case, but since she is being like overly like touchy, right? Since she's being overly dramatic, I'd say I wouldn't use the word constraint or problem or anything like that. Again, it's just going to give her
Yeah.
another reason to disagree with you. I'm just going to ask her, what's the biggest thing you'd want to change or improve?
That's a much better way of phrasing it, because it's
Right.
these improvement offer calls I've been having like the biggest issue with. Like the BizOp ones, like they're totally cool. Like I can close like 80% of them, but then these improvement ones, it's like whatever.
Yeah. Like the issue is like with her, it's just she just doesn't want to give you an inch, and we keep on talking in a slightly non-precise manner. It's not like you're totally just off the hook, but it's enough unprecise
To where
that she can
disagree.
continue to push back.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just not going to give it to her.
was I bought this morning, which I know has something to do with AI and videos.
Right.
It
Right.
felt like a good, playful next step.
Okay. Well, why are you looking for next steps? Right? Like, why do you feel like you have to take next steps?
Okay, well, I know you're kind of running a script. This is
There's
a
no script
call.
on
To be fair, do you feel like she actually is in the right for feeling the way that she does?
Yeah, because I don't know where to fucking
we
take the
showed
call. That's my fault for lack of direction and just not being there, like mentally
Yeah.
checked out.
And then like those questions just seem a little bit like more uncalibrated. Like we're a little bit like jumping to conclusion. She's disagreed with you like just so many times up to this point.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we really dove like a lot into this call, because how does this call end? We got to the good part yet?
The ending is funny. It ends with her saying, "Oh, I think this can be an overnight success," and I'm like, "Hey, no matter what in business, like you're not gonna make 250K overnight," because that was her goal. She wanted to get to 250K in revenue. Right now, she's like
Per
8K or
month?
10K or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, it's not gonna be an overnight success. Like you're gonna have to show up. You're gonna have to put the work in. And she's like, you don't know that. It could be an overnight success. I could make 250K.
No. So it's like the issue with that is like you're challenging her like her
ethic.
intent, her work ethic, whatever it is. Like we're at that point, like we're challenging her when like just so far that is very unlikely to work. Highly unlikely to work. So it's like the issue with that is like not going that way. It's like, yeah, and like we definitely have had some people like move that quick. I just want to say it's not typical, right? So it's like let's just shoot for something maybe a little bit more typical, and then if we're able to hit that, fantastic. But help me understand, like what would be something that would be a little bit more realistic? Like it definitely does happen. Okay, so it's like reaffirm, like, hey, this does happen. Okay, this does happen, but it's not typical. So I just want it to make sense. Only get typical results.
So you would reaffirm that people make 250K overnight from AI?
It's like, dude,
'Cause
I'm
I feel
sure
like
there's
that's such
one
a
business
wild
out there
claim,
who.
bro.
I'm sure there's one business out there who's done it. Right? I'm sure there's one business out there who's like done that. Maybe. I don't know. But at least like, because here's the thing. If she truly believes it, and then you don't, then like there's no way that we're going to be able to get her across the line.
Yeah.
So instead of like, okay, this is a hill that I need to die on, it's like, no, like it's possible, right? But typically that's not the case. I'm not saying you're not going to be atypical, but this needs to make sense just with typical results. So what would you say would be like more typical in terms of the results and things that we would look for? So that way she can't say, well, it's possible. It's like, yeah, it's possible, just not typical. And I'm sure that's much easier for her to agree to.
Yeah.
You need to make it easier for her to agree with you.
Yeah, especially if they're looking for stuff to disagree. Yeah. Because from here, like, I think I just start getting pissed off, and then I just be super, super direct with her. I go into a bit of solution awareness, like, get nothing, and then that's where it goes. 250K, not going to happen, end call.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. And then how do we actually build precision with our questions? Remember Matt Ryder saying precise, asking same question a lot of different ways till you cut through the BS. Yeah, you can actually like practice this. Like if you have a process, a script, like how many times can you say it in a different way, but asking the same question? So that way, again, if we're not getting, for whatever reason, we're not getting through, we can still ask the question, ask the question, ask the question. I'm really, really big on using their language. Okay. So I never use my language in a call. Very, very seldom will I use my language. I'm always just bouncing off of their language. So I'm adding their language, what they're actually saying, into my question so they can never disagree with me. Like the issue is if I give them too much, if I assert too much, if I put too much of what I think into the conversation, it makes it easy for them to disagree with you. Now, with some people, you can get away with that more. Okay. Some people, you can lead a lot more. You can really insert a lot more and you'll get a lot more buy-in. And you can feel that when you're on the call with somebody. So sometimes I will lead more, but you have to deal with who you're talking to. That person in particular, she was not going to take any type of assumptions. So that was the big issue there. She wasn't going to take any type of assumptions. And then because of that, because we did assume a few times, it allowed her to disagree.
Yeah. Okay.
And her to have the moral high ground in a couple situations, that's like there's no need that she should have had it, right? Yeah. Like she was overly like defensive, overly like nitpicky, right? Just ridiculous. But we allowed her to be that way because of how we showed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's not your typical call, and I think we can admit because how she showed up the way that she did, it allowed us to affect us. And then our energy just fucking tanked, bro.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah.
So for everyone out there, you can get some smelling salts. That's what I do because it's almost 1 a.m. Vietnam time. I'll do some smelling salts before I hop on coaching calls, sales calls, anything like that. Really get you going, right? It's an old lifter's trick.
Dude, I did it a few times and got on my fucking eye and I started crying before calls. I mean, like, I'll tear up and run out on calls.
You can't do it right, like, hey, like 1 second, and then I'm gonna be on the call. You got to give yourself like 30 seconds. Other things you can do, and this is all about state management, just in general. State management, really, really big believer in state management. If you have like something that you look at, like pre-call checklist, something along these lines, or I would say like tying your smell into a certain state. Your smell really has a great way. It connects to a certain part of your brain that brings up state very easily. I'm sure we all noticed a feeling of like we smell something from our past, our childhood, and it takes us right there. We get that same type of feeling. So things like smelling salts, also like boom boom sticks. I know Jordan Belfort talks about this a lot. Right when I read that book back in like 2014, like the Way of the Wolf. But it really does help, right? In terms of like getting us into the right state. Because I would say of all the calls that I view of yours, when we're in the right state, pretty much 95+% of the time it closes. It's when we get thrown off. That's when it always goes sideways. Okay. Yeah. So with that in mind, we'll take a look at another call that goes a lot better, right? I haven't taken a look at all of it, but she did close, right?
Yeah.
Or a deposit or something. I cut a lot of the stuff at the end out.
It's not as painful as the call we just watched. So
yeah. So bet. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me actually go ahead. Let me pull this up here, and I'm gonna play it on the actual QuickTime player rather than the through StreamYard. So that way I can speed it up a little bit, right? Because I feel like I like to watch calls at least 1.5x speed so that way we can get to more stuff. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into it. So still same type of conversation. They bought something lower ticket. They then are booking in for basically like a coaching call to get more insight. That's where the upsell happens.
I have multiple screens.
Oh,
Can you see
man.
me now?
I can see.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I actually have 4 computer screens. So
Oh
I
man, what
just-
do you need 4 computer screens over there for?
And you get to tell just immediately you're much happier being on this conversation.
I know. Shai can
Much
hear
happier
my
being
voice.
on the
That's just
conversation.
me.
Make sure you don't have like YouTube or something up.
No, I don't. It's just StreamYard.
Okay. I don't hear any feedback.
Okay.
Maybe somebody in the chat can tell us. I don't hear anything. But you can tell immediately you have much better energy. And I would say this for everyone too. When you do record yourself, especially if you have it on Zoom, highly recommend you actually record your calls and watch your recordings where you have both people up at the entire time. Because like the issue is when it's single person view, it goes back and forth. You don't actually you can't review what you actually look like when they're talking. And if you know, like on that last call, when it did pan over the few times when she was talking, because it thought he was talking, you can tell the way he was coming across in his facial expressions damaged that call. So it's just something to keep in mind. Okay. It's not going to be the end all be all, like making sure we don't look like, we're totally out of the call and don't want to be there. Okay. Like that's like a bare minimum, but you at least want to pay attention. And then you can also pay attention to their body language as well. That's why I want them up the entire time, because if you go back and you review your calls and you notice they started to get like resistance, typically they're going to show it in their body language first. And then they're going to start showing it in their speech. So you can pick up on that stuff too. If you said something that maybe like just, for whatever reason might have rubbed them the wrong way. Yeah.
well, I do Forex trading. I do trading.
Okay.
So you have different screens for different trades.
You're typing to Google over there, huh? Okay.
No,
We'll definitely go and dive into it. All right. Just so they're on the same page, I have some notes here that he left. But I'd rather just hear it from you personally, right? Purpose of this call really just for me to get a better understanding of your situation. Ultimately, see if we can get you to where you want to go in terms of the business. If I feel like we can.
Samaya, I'm on a meeting. Please stop yelling. Or go upstairs or outside.
Just something little rather than like, hey, I got some stuff, but I want to hear from you personally. It's like, hey, like things get lost in translation, so I can best help. I want to hear like, so rather than it being in my best interest, I always want to make it in their best interest. Now, I doubt she's going to have any problems with how you phrase that. But with the call that we just saw, like somebody like that might.
She would.
Okay. So it's like, we just want to be precise on every single call. So it's never a problem. And the little things can add up.
Dog. I'm sorry.
Oh man, everything okay?
Yeah, I just have a granddaughter. She's playing with a puppy.
Okay, all good. No worries. Yeah, for whatever reason, if you don't like me, I don't like you. Whatever happens there, do my best to point you in the right direction. Take care of yourself. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I can
So
see you're still in your scrubs. Are you just going from work?
yes, yeah. I'm still in my scrubs. I don't get out of my scrub until it's time to take a shower and go to bed.
man,
I
no
just stay in my scrub.
Okay.
So basically, I've been a nurse for 33 years, and they're changing some things at my hospital. I've been there for 22 years.
Okay.
So my position that I had with I'm an IT nurse, so I train nurses how to use devices, integration. Well, my position has been liquidated, so it's been merged into the other team's positions because I had dropped down to PRN. So what I was trying.
Now, immediately she starts going into the diatribe. You got to be careful of that, of not always allowing that, like right off the bat. When she's like, oh, like I'm a nurse, immediately I'll be like, oh yeah, we could definitely go into exactly like what you're doing now, really like where you're looking to go. But like, help me understand, like, what was it about what you saw that, like, I'm just going to take it right back to like, hey, what made you want to go and book the call? What even has you looking to start a business in the first place? Because I just want it on my cadence. I don't want it to be on her cadence. The reason being, like, as you know, if it's on my cadence, I can slow down. I can probe on certain things. I can get all the information I want. If it's on her cadence, I'm hoping she tells me all the information I want.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also I'm going to have more authority because I'm leading the conversation.
Thing to do was learn AI, find something, a niche that I can do while I'm home AI wise and build it out. I have created some children's books based on childhood diseases. So what my goal was, and that's just one of my niches that I've been working on. What my goal was,
Yeah.
So what my goal was is to eventually get my books out there, probably on Amazon, ebooks on
Okay.
Amazon or something like that, and then build up from there. But I also have something going on in the back of my head as far as building out something for nurses at the
Yeah.
hospital to help them with kind of organizing their
Okay. So what's her main problem with how she's coming across?
Super scattered.
She's scattered, right? So it's like we need to very quickly start to narrow what we're talking about. And just so everyone knows, and this is what I try to like teach and anybody that like I work with one-on-one is we need to be able to identify like the type of person and generally speaking, what's going to be their problem. Because understand the way somebody talks to you as a salesperson is the exact way they're going to talk to themselves. So if they're talking to you just very scattered all over the place, okay, then that's typically how they're talking to themselves. So if they have all these things and they have all these solutions that they could go, it makes them actually making a decision very hard because there's so many options. So we need to talk about, narrow what they think about. It makes the decision much easier. And that is why having longer calls, longer conversations typically will cause more think about objections. Oh, they said they are hearing feedback when you speak. Is it from me? It might be from me.
I don't know, but I don't have anything else up, and I'm hearing myself twice.
Is that better?
Test. No, I still hear myself.
Hopefully.
Test.
It should
No,
be
it's
fine.
like it sounds like an audio. I don't think it's
feedback
from your headphones.
Okay. I don't really know how.
It wasn't like that. For the last call. But as soon as you started sharing screen player, started.
Okay. Fuck.
Do you have this? Yeah.
No, I think what's happening. One sec. Let me see if I can find a workaround. Because what's happening is I'm sharing my screen to go ahead and share it, and because you're coming in on my screen, it's echoing.
Yeah, it's gone now. So
so let me actually see if there's another way that I can play this, right? And it might just be in the future. Generally speaking, that I just might have to like upload them to like unlisted YouTube or something. So that way, that might be the easiest one. Because I want to do it where I can do like 1.5x speed.
and 4 computer screens. So,
But it might have to be this
test
where we can't speed it up too much.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it's good now.
Yeah,
I'll do better next time, guys. I apologize.
so they don't bottleneck and run in AI wise.
Okay, let's go
An
back.
IT nurse, so I train nurses how to use devices, integration.
Okay.
Well, my position has been liquidated, so it's been merged into the other team's positions because I had dropped down to PRN. So what I was trying to do was learn AI. Find a niche that I can do while I'm home AI wise and build it out. I have created some children's books based on childhood diseases. So what my goal was, and that's just one of my niches that I've been working on. What my goal was, so what my goal was is to eventually get my books out there, probably on Amazon, ebooks on Amazon or something like that, and then build up from there. But I also have something going on in the back of my head as far as building out something for nurses at the hospital to help them with kind of organizing their work. Don't bottleneck and
So it's like right here, I want to then start moving off of the specificity, and then because it's like it's very clear from the way that she's talking, this is a pure biz up call.
She wants to do. Yeah.
Right. So she just wants out. She wants something different. So just so you guys understand the difference between an improvement call and a biz up call, a biz up is just a new opportunity. So the mechanism matters a lot less. For an improvement offer, they're already doing something, so the mechanism matters so much more. There needs to be doubt in what they're doing. and it needs to be their fault. That's why you need to get much more specific in an improvement offer than you need to be on their situation in a biz op offer. You just need to know that they don't like it and they want something different. And then you show them like how to get there.
Run into nurse fatigue and burnout.
Okay.
So,
Are you saying, so that second one you mentioned, a product for nurses more, is that
Mhm.
more going to be also an ebook or like an e-course, or what's your thoughts there?
Either my thought was courses that they can put into their learning modules that they have at work. Like we have net learning where we can go in and click on stuff, and then it gives you a either something to follow. So
B2B. Okay.
yes, that is as far as I've gotten with that. An idea, plugging it into my chat GPT.
Yeah, and we can definitely again, I just need to move off this. Yeah, we can definitely iron that out in terms of the offers. Help me understand. What even has you looking to start your own business to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
And just right, I just need to get it to that point as quick as possible.
On ideas. So
that makes sense.
But I've already created.
But even though you don't really know what she's talking about too much, you at least are you look like you're paying attention.
Yeah.
That's half the battle right now. Right?
Read the books. Right. I just haven't done anything with the books.
About getting it out there. Right?
Yes.
So then, just so we're on the same page, did you get a chance to go through those videos that Theodore shot over, by the way?
I couldn't find those videos.
Oh man.
I had them at one time.
This time.
I had them at one time, but my phone, my iPhone purges stuff. So, but did he send it to my email or to my phone?
It should be to your email and phone, but no worries at this point, right? We're here on the
Oh, okay.
All right. Just so that we're on the same page, what is the ultimate outcome that you're looking to achieve for yourself personally by starting something more online?
Residual income coming in. If I'm not out there nursing, residual income coming in. My goal right now is
speaking, I would always, you could do this full time. Would you want to do this full time?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time they're going to say, oh, side income, something like residual, just because they don't know it's possible.
We should do that.
So they want to give you a safe answer.
We should do that before or after the ultimate outcome question?
I think either one's fine. Generally speaking, I would do it before. It's and so because you already know she wants to start a business and she hasn't yet. You already know that, right? Just from what she's told you, it's okay. And in terms of the business, is this something that if you could do this full time, and it be safe in terms of the income, is this something you would want to do full time? Oh yeah, I would. But why would you want to do it full time? What would have you looking at transition if you could? Oh, I'd want to transition because of this and that. It's okay, cool. Now you actually have it.
Yeah.
Rather than side income. Why would you be looking for side income? It's just a less of an actual real conversation.
A little bit less leverage, yeah.
Yeah. Is this where you would jump into and side income? Money can mean different things to different people. What does that mean to you? And how much would you want to make versus now? I would say you could go down that line. The issue is with attaching on to side income is that it's not a real answer. It's a safe answer that she's just willing to say out loud. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan, if she could do this full time, would she do this full time?
Of course, bro.
Right. So if she's telling you, it's hey, the ultimate goal is I want to be able to have some side income and do this part time. That's not the real goal. Okay. It's just more of the safe goal that she's saying out loud. So that's the issue. If we take that goal and we just start really chunking down on it, you would still do fine doing it that way, but just understand you're not on the real goal. That's the problem there.
It's $5,000 a month and then build up from there eventually, because learning AI and using AI, I mean, it's going to grow. It's going to bloom out. Me learning AI and doing AI and integrating what I see, it's definitely gonna grow.
100%. And if you could go full time into something more digital,
yes,
is that something you actually want to do?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And as far as the income to do that, is it just $5,000 per month, or
no?
would it be an actual
just start off
to you? let's say 6
Um,
months down the line, where do you
mama,
want to be?
6 months down the line, I'm looking at maybe 40, 50K because
Okay, per month.
it's yes, and it
Okay.
is it's achievable. You just got to put the work
Okay.
in, right?
No, exactly right. The
So,
onus is on you.
right. My problem is,
So you see, if we would have just went ahead and like started talking about side income when she wants to make 50K per month, we're not having
Yeah.
a conversation that's real. Okay. So that's why we just want to jump in too early. Okay. Like why more money? Yeah, you can ask something like that. Okay.
is that I don't have
Right.
the income coming in like I used to put out into
Okay.
stuff to help me
Right.
grow. That's
Okay.
one
This
of
is
my
investment.
problems.
That's totally
Yes,
fine.
the
Okay.
investment.
Yeah, we can
Um,
totally talk about that. As
yeah.
far as, yeah, believe it or not, right, most people are in your similar situation, right? As
Mhm.
far as how long, that's been the ultimate outcome. To be able to do something more online full time, but also have that residual income. How long has that been the vision?
It's probably only been it's less than a year.
Oh,
It's probably because I just
So I would probably ask that a little bit more broad. Okay. Just like
in what
ask
way?
her, why would you want to do your own thing? Right. Get her to expand out more, why make more money, all that stuff. And then from there, like, okay, like you making more money, you doing your own thing. How long has that been the goal? You see how like the way you asked it, like, hey, you doing this online thing where you have like more active, but also more residual. That's a very specific question.
Make it more broad, take a longer time frame. Yeah.
Right. So you have more leverage. The issue is you're just too specific in that question. You always want to get time frame, right? So good job on getting time frame. But the problem is you're just too specific with how long. You want to be more broad because the more broad you
Yeah.
are when you ask, hey, how long have we been looking to do this?
More leverage. you
Longer
have.
time frame, more leverage.
I've just recently gotten into AI.
Right.
Let's see. I've been at the hospital since 04. I went
Okay.
part-time in 2024. I went part-time then
Okay.
the PRN because I was doing
Right.
some other things. And then when I tried to go back
So then,
full-time, my position had been
yeah.
liquidated. So
Okay. So then, besides that, and besides AI, what else has shifted for you more recently, right? Because you've been a nurse for the last 33 years, but
yeah.
then you wanted this goal that had that vision for the last year. So what's shifted for you? What's like, okay,
What
I need to
shifted was these
do-
younger kids coming into the hospital because I'm in IT, right? So with
Right.
IT, with the computers and everything,
Right.
I do a lot of build, but
Mhm.
these younger ones coming in seem to have the more knowledge base than this old one right here. So when
Right.
AI
Yeah, spring
starts,
chicken over there.
yeah, this AI starts coming out, I don't want to be left
Yeah.
behind, right? So I want to learn AI and be able to integrate AI into what
Right.
I already know as a nurse,
Okay.
my 33 years of nursing,
Yeah.
to help
No, I love that.
bloom.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And Sonia, I'm saying your name right, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I
Perfect.
just say Sonia, but some people
Sonia.
carry that J
Okay.
long or whatever.
Okay. No worries. And Sonia, in that, what else difference would that make in the last?
Okay. Do you see how we asked that question? Did she actually answer the question you wanted her to ask?
No, she was just saying like, I see kids making money, so I don't want to get left behind. But she didn't answer about it for her
Well,
personally.
Well, she answered the question. She does IT, and the new people coming in doing IT are more tech than her. So she wants to learn more tech to really do better at her job. That's the answer she gave you. If you want to talk to her about why she wants to go full time in her own business, that actually doesn't help you at all.
Yeah.
Right? Like now we're not on like the right problem. So you asked the right question. Okay. We're not on the right problem at that point. Okay. So like something I can share, I think. Okay. So something I can share. Let me see. Maybe. Okay. Remove, add to stage. So this is like the structure, right? Basically ask like, hey, why is it so important for you to do this now? Or what shifted more recently? She just didn't answer it. So because you didn't get a real problem out of here, then it's going to be hard for you to dig on what her problem is. Because the problem that she gave you is like, I just want to be better at my job, but ultimately I want to leave my job, which makes no sense. Right. So it's like, that's what we need to get to. So we got the problem, or we just didn't get the actual.
Fuck,
Make sense?
You're lagging hard.
Ooh, am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm internet. Like I'm trying to. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Right. But hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Was I able to share my screen about the structure and stuff?
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
What other difference would that make? Being able to make 40K per month next 6 months.
Oh, well, my life would be totally different. I
Like,
mean,
in what way?
oh yeah,
Describe it to me.
I would
What would be the
have,
biggest difference?
the big difference would be I would have more time freedom to me.
Okay.
Only
Time freedom.
because
That's very
I
interesting.
had more
Why do you say
time.
that?
Why that? Because
Yeah.
if when you find something that you really enjoy doing and you feel like you can,
Okay, so just first and foremost, I probably wouldn't latch on to time freedom like right off the bat. I just want to see if anything else she might say.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
it sounded like she was about to give you a list. And then from there,
Yeah.
you can choose from the list of what's most juicy. So
Yeah.
it's like you're getting it out of her, like, hey, what are you really looking for? Or like, how would it be different? It seems like right now we're having a hard time getting to her problem because like we didn't really identify, she didn't answer the question that we asked. So now we're asking kind of like a future paced question of like, hey, what difference would this make for you? Like, what would
And
it
then taking
give
a
you?
negative. Yeah.
Then take a negative, which is totally fine, right? Just for everyone. If somebody tells you that they want something or they'll get something once they solve their problem, that's what they currently don't have at the moment. And what they focus on will tell you a lot about like what's missing currently, right? So she wants more time, which means she doesn't have her time right now. She's a nurse. It probably makes a lot of sense, but I would just let her speak a little bit longer to see if there's anything else. So that way I just don't take the very first thing that she says and then just dive down into it. But you still did get a problem, which is fine.
do it at home on your time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in that doing that task for 8 hours to get it completed.
Oh, okay.
2 hours a day, you can get your stuff done
Done.
if you just get it done.
Right.
I can purchase the house I've been trying to get. I got custody of my grandkids, so I can actually spend more time with them, do more things with them, not feel like I'm penny pitching to try to make sure that they're taken care of like they need to be taken care of.
Okay.
I'd be debt free
Debt free.
because I would pay off everything. I would take care of everything, right?
But
But
I
I would
can see the gap. How much debt are you in right now?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Sam, I owe Uncle Sam 20K.
Okay. Are those student loans for medical school by chance?
Those are
Oh, okay.
actually something
Oh,
that
jeez.
my
Uncle Sam is the government, by the way. If you didn't know, guys, he's Canadian. So
I'm Canadian.
right. So he's in North Dakota. So they don't understand when an American says Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the government. He's the government, just so you know. So she owes taxes.
that's something I always paid
Okay.
for school ahead of hand. That was something that my tax person did that he didn't tell me he was doing, and then
man.
they did an audit on me, and then 6 years
Fuck.
later, this audit turned into, well,
Uncle
you
Sam
didn't
will
show,
get you.
yeah, you didn't show proof of
Okay.
this, so
And
that
yeah.
that audit turned into
Okay.
20K.
How many hours are you working right now as a nurse?
As a nurse, I am working probably 6 hours a day as a nurse
Wow.
because I'm not
Right.
full time,
Yeah.
so I don't get no benits. So then I
Oh,
have a
man.
little side
Okay.
gig.
Okay, so it's like right now, what do you feel like is her biggest pain point? Like, where should we take this conversation? We just kind of found out that time wasn't really the thing. Time is a thing, but it's not the thing.
It's the money, bro.
It's penny
That's been-
pitching and like
yeah.
grandkids.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like,
That's why this call ran a little bit long, because I just went into time and problem awareness, and I had to dig it out later and like solution awareness.
yeah.
Struggling.
But it's like
paycheck
she
to
said,
paycheck.
like, oh, I feel. Oh, what do you mean penny pinching? And you also mentioned like take care of your grandkids the way that you want. Like, what do you mean by that? Are you not able to do that now? How so? Okay.
Yeah.
right? And is this what you could use to tap into identity? Family is important, supporting them, then go into why is it important, paying them, not supporting them, grandkids, absolutely, right? So it's like, I guess like really being there for your grandkids, like where do you feel like that drive comes from? Or why is that so important to you? And you feeling like you're not really able to give them what they deserve. I don't want to assume because I'm in my yours, but how does that feel? Conk. She's crushed, right? You still are getting like decent problems, but not the one that we really need to pinpoint.
Cleaning. I do some commercial cleaning to supplement that income coming from the hospital.
Okay. What would you be
So-
spending your time on once you have that time freedom? Like, what is the time?
Well, actually, she just told you she does some cleaning on the side. So you could say, okay, how many hours a week do you do there? Okay, so how many hours a week do you do total? You could probably get a total if you really wanted to make sure you tied off time,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Because she just told you, like, hey, I'm working 2 jobs. Oh, fuck, right? So, but why would she feel the need to work 2 jobs?
She ain't got the fucking money.
Money, right? That's what it comes down
to
to.
take you away from.
What would I be spending my time on? Finding more things to either teach folks
Right.
about AI or build.
So right there, she gave you a bullshit answer.
Yeah, just a bumper sticker.
So
answers.
you immediately understand like time's not the thing, right? What would you do if you had more time? I would do a bunch of frivolous shit. So it's like there's nothing calling out to her right now that she needs more time. She needs more money, right? So it's like we're just focusing on time. I would say 9 times out of 10, if they give you a list, which she did, she's like time, money, debt, which I would tie that into money. Purchase a house, I'd also tie that into money. I just go the money route. It's much more tangible, and typically it's much more of the problem. You will get some people that's like it's genuinely time, but those are fewer and far between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clean up
I think we've seen this dude for a little bit. Is there a way you could put on 1.5x? Because I think we stayed in time for a little bit.
Okay, we can skip forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't do 1.5x speed. I can. I'll see what I can
Cleaning
do.
and everything, and come home and look at my charts as far as my trading. Put some task in for my charts, my trading, and my other tasks that I have as I'm trying to my investments.
Does that take any toll on you mentally or personally?
Oh yeah. What's that? You can get burnt out and get tired. Yeah, I'm 59 years old, and I'm gonna be 60 next year, and I should be slowing down and preparing my body for retirement, but I can't do that right now. I don't have that. I don't have that financial security to slow down.
Financial.
There we go.
To be able to relax. Right.
No.
I don't have it. Yeah. So
is there? I don't want to assume you're just sat there, right, worrying about your financial security 24/7 or feeling that burnout 24/7. So are there specific moments where you feel that more than others? Or what's really going on?
Yeah, when I feel that more than others is when I'm tired and I've gotten the grandkids situated and fed them and everything.
Before I would ask that question, I would always ask like, "What do you mean by that?" Right? Rather than
security?
like what do you mean you don't have the financial security right now? Just like generally speaking, like that's always the like. Now we got to what the real problem is. Okay, fantastic, high fives all around. Okay, it does take us a little bit to get there, which is fine. Like sometimes it's just going to take us a little bit to get there. Hopefully, I don't start spazzing out as soon as I start sharing this again. But as soon as we get a problem, right? This is typically the problem question I'll ask in a biz op. Okay, what's coming up for you right now in your job? I guess it just makes you feel like it's not quite enough. Or why is it so important for you to start your own business now, though? One of those 2 questions, or a variation of one of those questions. You asked a variation of one of those questions. Then once we get the real problem, it's what do you mean by that? Okay. And then you ask, hey, are there specific times it shows up more? Which solid question. Okay. Those type of questions are optional. Then like, hey, how long have we been in this problem? Okay. Us not making the amount of money that we truly wanted to make, like what does that prevent us from doing that we'd like to do? What type of impact is that having on you, like the people around you, your grandkids, whatever it is? Like for her, I would try to lean towards grandkids. And then how does that make you feel? Personal impact question, or all the different ways you can ask a personal impact question. Okay. So just normally, like anytime I get a problem, just what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Real easy, and they'll just start to expand on their problem, which I really would want them to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually crash and I got to get up and go out the door to go clean. That's what I'm
Okay.
thinking.
How
Oh
often
my
does that
God.
happen?
Probably at least 3 times a week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at least 3 times. It's like, oh man, I gotta
Yeah.
find something better. This I can't keep doing this.
You-
It's killing
yeah.
me. And then it started affecting my health. I ended up with well,
Your health.
I finally figured out kidney stones. So kidney
Alright.
and my back was hurting, and then I started having issues. Then they found that I
Yeah.
had kidney stones. So then, yeah, so
Do-
I can't.
Do you mind if I be a bit direct with you? But I asked this
Mhm.
because you think you could hold up for another 10?
No, hold off. What?
Hold
You
up
mean?
with the same routine?
Oh
With how correct
no.
everything is.
Oh no.
Okay.
No. I probably couldn't make it another 5 years, honestly.
Oh man.
It,
What
I
would
mean, because
happen
I'll
if
be
you stop?
65. I probably end up having a stroke, and they end up
Oh
taking care of
god.
me. They end up taking care of me because if you don't let
Would
your
I call
body
out her
relax and
laughing there?
rest,
Because I wanted
it's
to, but I
gonna
feel like
it's
it
gonna
wasn't the time and place.
Yeah, well, it's like right now, our demeanor really hasn't changed too much.
Hmm.
Okay, so when we are talking about this, it's just like, oh, like 5 years, I might have a stroke or something like that. It's like, oh shit, is that a reality you want to live in?
Okay.
Right? Like my facial expression is gonna cause her to focus and feel the emotions I want her to feel. The issue is like we've kind of had the same facial expression. It's the
Yeah.
shift in our face that causes
Yeah.
it. Okay.
gonna shut down on you, right?
Exactly.
So
Mm.
by me being a nurse, I
Right.
know that it's going to, and I'm already seeing signs of my memory is going
bad.
downhill. Oh my,
Right.
because I half time I
Okay.
can't remember what I'm doing or what I was doing.
That could be trouble.
Because you got so much going in,
Oh, exactly right. And Sonia,
and yeah.
right.
So
And just so I can see the rationale, I guess what's the main reason you're looking for help when it comes to making more of an online presence?
And it seemed
social
like we
media,
bailed from
by
getting too
promoting
deep
resources
and then just
ebooks,
moved on.
as opposed to just doubling down on the trading and investments?
because trading is a mindset thing, right?
How do you
It's a mindset thing. So your mind's got to be right,
mean?
right?
Right.
So if I got all this stuff in my head about
Uh-huh.
AI, doing these books, my mind is not set for trading. Maybe I can put
Okay.
one,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, again, what is she saying? Like, I'm scattered, or I can't trade, but that doesn't really answer the question that you're trying to get at. Well, why don't you just not do anything and just do trading?
Mhm.
Which, so like, that's what we need to get to. That's the question. So it's like, we need to start leading a little bit more and starting to narrow what she talks about. And anytime that she takes it off, then I'm just going to narrow it again. So you asked, good question. Hey, why do this rather than just do trading? Well, with trading, I just need to focus on trading. Well, why don't you just focus on trading? Why are we looking to do anything else? Oh, because of this. Okay, boom, got it. Move on.
Yeah.
And even though folks say trading is easy, I've been trading for 5 years. Even though they say trading is easy, trading is not really easy if your
A little bit
mindset is
harder.
not right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, especially with this market and with what's been going on with
Right.
our economy. Jeez, oh please. You think, I mean, if you look
Yeah,
at the
I've been
charts,
there
it looks like
before.
we're on our way up, and then all of a sudden
It's
the
all
president
down.
says something and it
Right.
just tanks. It
Yeah, I've
just
been there
tanks.
before.
And then you
And
done
Sonia,
lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I get it.
My Bitcoin's in
In
the
the
toilet, bro.
last year, oh shit, right? That this transition has been in your mind to be able to go fully.
Because it seems like you know you're not getting the answers that you want and you're just pushing her through, which again, I would say if you don't know where to go, it's best to just push her through. Just push her
I feel
through
like
the
that was a
process.
sufficient enough answer though, to where it wouldn't come up at the
Yeah.
end of like.
Yeah, I feel like if like you did get it, like, okay, so it goes up and down. So you don't want to just focus on trading because you don't feel like you can make money from it. It's like, I kind of feel like she did give it to you, but not really. She's just saying like, hey, I just can't focus on trading because I'm focusing on starting these other businesses. Well, why would we be looking to start another business rather than just do trading? Because and then she just basically, well, trading's hard and it can go up and down, so you really have to know your shit. Well, it's like that just ties into her not being focused, right? If she was focused, she would know her shit. So maybe if you dug into it a little bit more, it could be, hey, I would need to do this full time, but I can't do this full time because I'm working jobs. That's a fair enough answer, I would say. But like what she gave you, if you really listen to it, I wouldn't say it's sufficient. Is it going to be the end of the world and will it come up later? Probably not. But it's just like, did we actually cross that off? I don't think so.
Okay. Again, exit your job, but also have the financial stability, the security that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to when it comes to more one-to-one mentorship to actually accomplish that for yourself?
I have it's funny because I've looked into
Right.
mentoring, right? So and these mentors got so much. I mean, they say that they can help you out, but when you look at what you start reading and looking at and the number of folks that they got in there, how are you really going to help me understand what I need to do and be my mentor? And you've got 30,000 folks following you. So I know it's got to be a money thing if you're offering this
Something
for
more-
free,
something more
but when
personal.
it comes to mentoring, you want me to pay you $4 or $5K
Right.
just to get into a program.
That's
But
a
are
jam
you
pack,
truly
like kind of
mentoring that
sardine.
program, or is there somebody
Mm,
mentoring it?
exactly right.
Right. So I'm learning from
Right.
you, but
Okay.
are you going to be
And-
the one that's truly mentoring me?
Of course.
That's my thing.
Right? So have you done any
Right.
one-to-one mentorships in the last year?
I have
Or
a
what's the
one-on-one
answer with that?
mentor with trading, but not with AI. Well,
Okay.
I've been in groups that
Yeah.
he
Well,
says
I'm
you
saying
can do
have,
one-on-ones with him,
one-to-one
but
mentorships. Yeah, because ultimately trading is something that, again, you're not looking to do fully long term,
Mhm.
right? So then let's just stick more on the actual AI component, but not even just
Okay,
AI,
good.
just to be able to, again, transition out of your job. Have you done any
Mhm.
more one-to-one mentorships at that, or
I have not.
just?
I have
Oh,
not.
okay.
I
Okay.
have not
And-
done any. What I've been doing, and you
Right.
know, is looking at these different things that are being offered online, and then
Okay.
trying them,
Okay.
seeing if I
Okay.
can catch on to what they're saying and put
Right.
it into action. But you can,
Okay.
you can view stuff
Get her.
that they're putting out there,
Yeah.
but to put it
Yeah.
into action is something
For
totally
sure.
different, because I've been
Exactly
fighting with
right.
Canva for the longest, and I cannot
Okay,
get my
no
books
worries,
created in
right?
Canva.
And
Right.
Sonia, okay. And when you reflect back on the last year, and again, this has been in your mind, what do you feel like internally? Nothing external, nothing like time, money, finding the right mentor, and nothing like that, because that's all external. What do you feel like internally has stopped
Then
you from reaching out for help to be able to achieve it faster?
internally,
Mhm.
time.
But again, that's
Uh,
external, right? Because when
okay.
you look at it, you meet Elon Musk, we all have 24 hours in a day.
Okay.
It's just what you prioritize with the 24 hours that allows Elon Musk to be a billionaire with 3 different companies. People who struggle to find the time to go to the gym. Do you know what I mean?
Internally,
Yeah.
and I guess I have to say it's been internally it's been, can I financially afford it? I don't know if that's the external
Yeah.
thing, but
It's a
that's
little bit
always
external, right? Because when you look at it,
that's always in
money.
your head though.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Can I find a good mentor? Can I physically be able to pay a good
Right.
Get into the
mentor to
heart
help
of
me
it.
get to where I need to
Good.
get? So it may be
Right.
external, but in your mind you're
Yeah.
thinking, you can't do that
Yeah.
right now. You got too much shit going on right now. You can't
Yeah.
find.
Do you feel like you've had any fears of spending like an absurd amount of money?
Oh, I have spent an absurd amount of money,
Yeah.
believe me. So
Well, it
so
sounds
that fear's
like.
not there. The fear is
It sounds more like self-doubt than anything. If we're going to direct
Yeah.
it any particular way, it's just self-doubt, right? She's like, oh, like I have to spend it. Can I find the right person? Well, like she's saying things along those lines, which is just like, hey, can I actually identify and do this? That's what it sounds like if we're going to start to push her in any particular way.
is not having the money to spend. That's the
Okay.
fear. Because I've
Right.
spent
Well, yeah.
$10,000 on
Yeah.
a trading program.
Oh man. Okay. And if I can be
So-
again really direct with you, but I said the money that you have or don't have in your bank account, again, that's external, right? Like we can all find money here, we can find money there. But when you look more internally, do you feel like you've had any skepticisms that's held you back from taking action last year, or complacency?
I would say that's not a bad way to go about it. The issue is we don't actually get any buy-in that we should disregard this. So that's why it can continue to come up and come up. And we have to continue to
Yeah.
put it to the side, continue to put it to the side.
Mhm.
Versus like using like the Tony Robbins reframe that I have
Yeah.
that could show everybody. Like the Tony Robbins reframe, because if somebody tells you like, hey, money's like preventing me from doing something in the past, understand it is an excuse. It is external. It's not the money, it's how they view the money. They're not willing to get resourceful. That is the problem. So we take a look here. I would just more use like because like the thing is with like reframes or analogies or using quotes, it just makes people more likely to agree with the overarching points that you're saying, rather than you just telling them that they don't stop thinking that way. Right. Basically. Right. Which sometimes you can, and you'll get good buy-in on that. But is it going to be the most persuasive and work on the most amount of people? I generally use like the Tony Robbins reframe. It's like, you know who Tony Robbins is, billionaire, life coach, help presidents, all types of people. My favorite quote by Tony Robbins is your biggest superpower as a human being is your ability to be resourceful. Just most people are resourceful and how they can't be resourceful. You know what I mean? I've never had anybody ever disagree with me.
Yeah.
They're like, no, that's not the case. They're like, oh yeah, right? Because it's more of a truism than anything else. And then I feed them that truism. They agree with the truism. It's very hard to disagree with. Also, that's why I use analogies and metaphors. They agree with the analogy. They agree with the metaphor. Therefore, they're more likely to agree with the overarching point. Okay. So, and if they agree with the overarching point, more likely you're going to be able to close. That's good. That's what it's going to come down to.
If any of that has held you back. So then think about it for a moment, right? Like I don't want you to say anything just to fit the conversation.
Good.
Have I had any?
Here, 1 sec. Let's see if this actually works better. Going to share screen.
Live tech update.
Live tech update. Maybe this is why I like spazzed out for a second. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, now this is on YouTube. Okay, it's a private,
Oh yeah.
but hopefully, do you hear yourself twice now?
Test. No, we're good.
Let's fucking go.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna like this video. All right, cool. Okay, now we can run it at 1.5x speed. Let's go, guys.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, cool.
Say anything just to fit the conversation.
Have I had any expectancies?
Complacency.
Complacency.
Fears. Skepticism.
Well, not making it a priority because I've always put others before myself. I always have.
Okay.
So even though I may be saying, but then, hey, something comes up and the grandkids need that. So I put myself on the back burner and take care of them. Or my husband might need something. His brother just died and he needs my time. So I put myself on the back burner. I've got 4 kids.
This is the belief we
6
really need
grandkids.
to address.
Husband
Yeah.
and
especially with how scattered she is, you can see
Yeah. Yeah.
When you
feel
look
free.
which ultimately prioritizes your family more? You being able to get to a point where you can leave your nursing job and then make 40K per month and be able to give them the attention, the freedom, and the financial security that they need, be able to provide better for them, or are you staying in the same path that you're on right now, the same cycle, to where you're completely packed out?
That's
and nothing
that's
changes?
yeah,
Which really
that's
prioritizes your family.
prioritizing my family would be finding that one thing that gets me over the hump to be able to spend more time with them, to be able to be more financially free.
Why do you
Not
say that?
staying, say what?
Like, why do you agree with what I just said?
Because I already know that. because
Right.
you can't do the same thing and over and over again that's not working and expect a different outcome because
know-
solid fucking job. Okay. If nobody caught it, again, he addressed the main belief because what her belief was is I can't do this because I constantly have to help others. But that is not really what's going to help others because she wants to do this for her family. She wants to do this to give back. Okay. So this is where the disconnect is, right? This is right now. I would say like we can get there quicker, but it's good we actually got to. You can use an analogy like, hey, like on an airplane, right? They ask you to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help others. Why do you feel like they tell you to do that? Same thing here. How would we truly be able to help others more? Like us having this and then being able to help them, or us constantly putting ourselves on the back burner? Oh, right. She bought into it. Fantastic. And then if you caught it, he got her to then defend it. So it's not good enough that we just get her to say, yeah, that's true, or I agree, or whatever it is. It's why do you agree? Why is that true? Then now she starts to take on the belief. And then we can really hammer it home. Okay. Solid fucking job.
Because you're doing the same thing. Yes, doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome over and over again.
No, exactly.
It's insane. I've been nursing for 33 years. So it's like, I mean, at some point, yes, my nursing has helped me through these years, right? But nursing is nothing like it used to be.
Got you here, but it's not going to get you there.
Correct.
Because would you agree that in order to get different outcomes, you need to make different decisions?
Yes.
Exactly right.
Yes.
And would you also agree that making different decisions is going to be uncomfortable because you're not used to it?
Correct. Oh yeah, you got to get out of that comfort zone. Getting out of that comfort zone, and I'm not gonna become a millionaire being a nurse. I'm gonna become a millionaire investing in something that I know that's gonna work, that's gonna keep me growing and continue investing.
Yeah. And are you willing to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Oh,
Make
yeah.
different decisions this time around, because that's the real question.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
sure you're saying that to fit the conversation?
No, I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm out of, because I mean, even though I'm in IT, I'm not computer managed or literate. How do you say it?
Okay,
Like,
so it's like right now, I wouldn't want to give it to her. Okay, I'm out of my
It's
comfort
not
zone,
enough.
but she's
Not
still
enough.
working her job.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's a difference between like being out of your comfort zone, like in your job, versus like you being a business owner, right? Like those are two different comfort zones. You get what I mean? So are you willing to actually get out of your comfort zone on that front, becoming a business owner so you can actually take care of your family what you're wanting?
Yeah, it's something.
Right. So it's like I need to make the distinction. Yeah.
Yeah.
to be in IT.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
The reason I bring this up is because like so far you've been operating from like the 1.0 version of yourself.
Okay.
That's the version of
I would say we can at least get like, hey, what does this cost us? And we can tie all that stuff off to really drill it home.
yeah.
It's not the end of the world if you don't, but if we really wanted to hammer it home, but we're getting a lot of buy-in from her. So it's like, it's not absolutely needed, but it's always going to be best.
I think I'll tie it off a bit later with that mindset of not prioritizing it, right? When you look at that 2.0 version of Sonia, who is making money, financially secure, financially free, but also you have your time back. Does that version of Sonia allow that mindset, that voice in the back of their head, that uncomfortableness to hold them back? Or do they push through it and take massive action regardless?
You of course, there's always going to be that little to hold back because you don't want to lose out, right? But if you don't push through it, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
You got to push through it to better myself, to better things in my whole situation, living paycheck to paycheck.
And again, if you didn't pick up on it, I know it's like I'm doing it a little bit quicker now because like this also helps me pay attention. Hopefully, right, you guys can pay attention as well. You're as ADHD as me. But if you notice what he did really well there, because I want to point out what we need to improve. I'm also going to point out what we really did well. She immediately, when he started talking about what needed to happen, she externalized. She talked more in generalities. You need to do this. And then anytime you hear somebody talk in second person, you need to ask them a direct question. But what about you personally? Because we don't want people talking like in generalities, because what it does, it disassociates them from their problem. Associates them from like how they've actually shown up and who they need to be. You need to ask them direct questions. So when you notice that disassociation, you want to ask more direct questions. Did a good job of actually getting her to really own it. So nice job on this, bro.
The paycheck, leaving bill to bill, and not getting anywhere.
That's how it is right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, it is. It is. It definitely is. No matter what I tend to invest, or does it affect me?
Does that affect you in the sense that on a month-to-month basis?
On a what?
Living paycheck to paycheck.
On a what basis?
Does that have any effect on you personally? Living check to check on a month-to-month basis? Because some people are fine with it.
Oh yeah, it does, because I can't do what I can see that needs to be done, because I'm looking at what bills.
And see, this is just like us not getting the real problem and problem. So now we have to get
dig
it
back
here.
in. Yeah.
All that matters is that we fucking got it. Right. So it's like that's all that matters. So high fives. You finally are getting there. We just need to make sure we don't get lost because the problem is like just going right into it here. The problem could be, or a lot of people can fall into this trap. Then we get lost and we didn't fully tie off the loop. Right. Because then we're digging into the problem. Very easy thing that can happen. But as long as you know where you're at, like totally fine. There's no rule that's saying like, hey, if I hear this problem in this part of my process, I just can't talk about this problem. No, talk about the problem.
Bills need to be taken care of versus, well, we've got this free time and we can go on this trip and
Right.
yeah, it definitely affects you. I mean,
Live your life, not being able to not live
is it affecting any other areas? Emotionally,
paycheck.
physically,
Yeah.
financially?
Okay.
Which one
Yeah.
would you say takes the biggest toll?
Yeah.
Of emotionally, physically, financially, which one would you say bothers
What-
you most?
Probably emotions, because women are emotional creatures, right? So
Yeah.
they can hide it,
Mm.
right?
Uh-huh.
So even though I'm struggling, I know I'm
Yeah.
struggling, and I know I can do better.
Right.
I can hide it. Well,
Yeah.
you can look at me and you don't know that I'm struggling.
Right.
Right.
You want to keep hiding it. Or is that something
Oh.
you're committed to changing?
Oh no,
Struggling emotionally in what way though? Wide
More
open.
clarity.
Right.
Yeah.
no, I can't keep hiding it because it's eating me up on the inside. So it's eating me up on the
Oh,
inside
okay.
out, right?
No, I get it. I've
So
been
the
there before,
outside may
so
look good, but the inside's been all
the
tore up.
inside has been eaten up. And ultimately, when you look at it, the decisions that you've made your entire life has gotten you to the position that you're in today, where you are living paycheck to paycheck and you are struggling. So
Yes.
is that a mindset that you're willing to let go of that 1.0 version of yourself? Is that
Oh,
something
yeah.
you're willing to let go of?
Yeah. And it's something I need to let go of is
Yeah.
just because I'm 59 don't mean I know a whole lot,
Yeah.
right?
if you-
Because
Right. Like
I can
actually,
run into somebody who knows a whole lot more than I do, be younger than me, but I have to be willing to grasp and listen to what that person's saying because
exactly right.
they may know
They
more than me,
ultimately have a
especially when it
skill
comes to AI. Especially when it comes to AI,
But
right?
just out of
Or
curiosity, why now? Do you feel like you're ready to
Solid,
let go
bro.
of that 1.0 version of yourself and actually adopt a different mindset? Like, was there a specific moment more recently? Or
why
something?
now?
Yeah.
It's been there for a while, but
Mm,
I think it's because I can see
Right.
AI really changing. I mean,
Mm.
if you get on board now, because
Right.
AI is truly really not out there yet.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
we're just hitting the surface of it. But
No,
if I can
absolutely.
get into it and get
Yeah.
rooted and grounded in it, I can see me going way higher than if I just sit around and
No,
wait for it to
absolutely
come
right.
to me.
And Sonia, in that scenario, to where you have to push out.
Okay, you need to that is still a little external.
That's a cop out answer.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, but like for you personally, right? Because there's always going to be things that are going on in technology and the economy. For you personally, like why is it something you're really looking to take more seriously now? Right. So just really hunker down. Good question. You're getting a lot better at like not telegraphing the question as much, right? Seemed like you actually thought about that question. You got a good, she's coming along with you, but she just gave a little bit too much of a bumper sticker answer. So I need to drill down into it, get a personally, like, hey, well, what about you personally? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then is this where you can bring in the mirror shift in tone, facial expressions, concerned, rephrase, current, compare to ideal, show gap? Or would you wait to get cost, more pain, then leverage? I'm trying to like piece all that together in my head. So it's like, yeah, like mirroring back to her, like, oh, like, what do you mean by that? How's that showing up for you? All those things, super, super key. I would say he could have gotten like, hey, like how long has this been the case where we haven't really been prioritizing ourselves? And over those past 10 years, us not doing that, like, what do you feel like that's actually cost us? We could have gotten a number out of her. So there's different ways that we can do it to really dig down deep into it. I would say what he did really well is he did get to the actual belief. So fantastic on that one. And then we're starting to get to the actual pain. So I would say on this call, the thing that needs to be tightened up is getting there quicker, but we did get there, right? And that's all that matters at the end of the day. As long as we get there, I don't care if your calls, because I cut off a little bit of this call. If this call is an hour, 30 minutes, as long as it fucking closes, that's great. And then we can go back and we can see like how we can refine and get there quicker. So that way, like all of our calls are like 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay.
Push out of that 1.0 version of yourself. Let go of that mindset, right? Ultimately make different decisions.
Mhm.
It's like the voice in the back of your head, like you mentioned. Like it's always going to be there. It'll be there by the end of this call and it'll be there for the rest of your life. When it does come up, and it's time for you to push through. Like, what do you have to say to it to make sure you remain that 2.0 version of yourself?
I would have to say to it, this is my time. Okay.
Mm,
The old me is fine and dandy. She's over there. She's good. But this is the new me, right? This is a new version.
no, I
This
love
is
that.
the new 2.0.
No, exactly right. Something else that Max tells me a lot is money's just a vehicle. It's like, where's it taking us? And the students who always do the best.
Just generally speaking, I'm always going to tie this off with consequence.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, and you're doing a good job. You're getting the buy-in where we created the separation 1.0 versus 2.0 version of herself, like all that really solid, got to the real limiting belief, addressed it, could have added some more stuff, but like overall we got what we needed. Anytime we're in limiting belief and we're tying things off, always consequence. So real easy consequence you can always ask, like on the back end of something like that. I do have to ask, okay, what happens if we stay that 1.0 version of ourselves though for the rest of our life? And then we get a real deep like thunk. Like that should really, like there should be a real deep emotion that comes off the back end of that question. Okay. Typically it's going to tie off the belief much stronger. Okay. Just consequence. Okay.
The best. They always have a very clear understanding in their head of where that vehicle's going. So you being able to ultimately step into that 2.0 version of yourself, that 2.0 version of Sonia, let go of that old mindset that's gotten you to where you are today, but won't get you to where you need to go. But also not being able to, just not having to struggle financially, right? Not having to live paycheck to paycheck.
That would mean
okay. Very subtle. If you guys picked up on it, there's a shift in tone and shift in body language. And if you notice, it made her want to really open up. This is something that like I recommend anytime that we're talking about goals, what they want, different things along those lines. Most time, nobody actually gets to talk about their dreams, talk about their goals. So we need to give them a safe space to talk about the dreams, talk about their goals, right? Safe space. Okay. So if you notice what he did is he started to talk a little bit more at like the back of his throat. Like he's like, what would that actually do for you? And then he leaned in. Now you don't have to over exaggerate this. If you notice, like Nathan's not super over exaggerated with his tone, but as long as there's a shift, it still conveys the same thing. Okay. So if you're like that the entire call, then it doesn't say anything. That's just how you are. But if there's a shift when you're talking about something important, then that conveys the emotion that you want them to be more open. Okay. Which he did a really good job right there. And if you notice, she's like, oh, I've just been waiting for you to ask me. And then she's just gonna open like wide open, right?
that would mean life.
Life in one way.
That would mean life that I could actually breathe and not hold my breath and hope that something comes through for me. That would mean I can exhale instead of just holding it in and praying that this gets me through. I can actually exhale and say, God dog it, I did it.
Yeah.
No,
Does that make sense? I don't know.
it does. Actually, describe it to me a little bit more, right? Because I want to get very clear on what you're running towards. It's like that golden medal, right? Because now we have the urgency, right? The pain. That's going to, again, help you run towards your goals as fast as possible. But what's really going to drive that urgency is having a golden medal in front of you, right? It's like Usain Bolt on a 100-meter line. So get super clear on it. What is a moment in time that would mean the world to you if you could achieve that in 6 months?
What is a moment in time?
Yeah.
A moment in time to tell
That would mean the world to you. To where if you
me having my own keys to my own home.
Oh.
I don't have my own home. So me having
Is there any
the keys
specific
to
spot that you're looking at when it comes to getting your own home? Or
First question always when they say home, car, whatever it is, like something big, tangible. Oh, why that?
just clarify. Yeah.
But, oh, why that? And then like go into exactly what you're doing now, right? Like start to get specifics just for everyone, right? When we're getting into Future Pace, we want to make it as real that they can visualize it as possible. Okay. People do things for moments. And if we can make that moment more real in their mind and they can visualize it, that's what's going to create the emotion. So versus house, I want to buy a house versus I want to buy a 4-bedroom, brown house on this street, and being able to walk into it would feel great. Like those are two different emotions, even though we're talking about the same thing. So it's specificity there. But I'm always just going to be like, oh, like why that?
What do you mean spot? You mean place to live or?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like any location, neighborhood.
I just want an acre of land where I can not have my neighbors right next to me, looking. They can
Yeah.
see in my window, and I can see in
No, I
theirs.
love it.
My
Yeah.
own space. I actually want to have.
Mm.
I think they call them plantations, but I don't want to call it plantations. Where I can
I
have
don't think it's
my
called
home, and then I can
plantations.
have like a little home for my mom.
No, I love
And
that.
They're like still in the South. Like you can go like plantations are like big
Oh.
places. Like I can understand like why she doesn't want to call them that. But that's funny. That caught me off guard. So if you can't tell, she's definitely not white. But so like I can understand why she wouldn't want to call it that. But like right here, we would just want to like, oh, like why house, right? Like, oh, like why that? And then from there, I kind of that made me lose my train of thought. But then from there, she's like, oh, like I just want like my own space and different things along those lines. Like, oh, like why having your own space is important to you,
Mm.
right? We can start to like just bounce off of it a little bit more, like be a little bit more engaged. Like overall, you're still doing a good job, but we could be a little bit more engaged because we'll get the answers quicker too. Right. Like the issue with this discovery is it's right now, I would say it's just running long. Okay.
Long as
Um,
fuck.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would say probably most of that has to do with our problem,
Mm.
right? Just circling a problem. But also we can tighten up certain areas here too.
I love
and
that.
my brother and sister could have their
No, I
homes
love that.
on the same.
All together, right?
Yes, that would
Okay.
be the ultimate.
You being
If,
able to, if you can picture it, right? Like you being able to walk in to your new home, unlock the door for the first time, and just take it all in, like you made it. How would it feel in that moment, being able to do that?
I probably have to shout. I don't know if you're familiar with church, but I probably have to shout and
Right.
say like, "Oh my God, thank you, Jesus, thank you," and then just thank Him for
Mm.
allowing me to get to that point where I can.
But again, the moment that we got her to, fantastic, lots of emotion, really good. Okay. We could have like gotten more specifics painted, maybe a little bit more of a detailed picture.
Yeah.
I think it's
I felt
a
like
bit
it was running too
nitpicky.
long, but
Yeah, we got to a really good point, and she's like, "Oh, dude, I just have to shout, thank you, Jesus."
Actually call something my own.
no, I love that.
Yeah, call it my own.
Right. And on the flip side of that coin, if you hold on to that 1.0 version of yourself, you listen to that voice and you let it consume you, and nothing changes for the next 6 months, how likely is it that you'll actually be able to make that dream a reality and step into a new home?
It's there is no there is no new home. Not if I just keep on the same path I'm on, because doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome is crazy.
Right.
And I've been doing it. I mean, it's gotten me to a point, but
Right.
this whole past 5
Yeah.
past 5 years since I've gotten back into the hospital full time, I
Yeah.
can see the value of nurses going down. Values
Yeah.
nurses used to be high
Yeah,
standard
right.
nurse, but
So,
the value
so
of
I
nurses
have
is
to
going down.
ask.
They don't
right,
want to pay
Yeah.
nurses nothing.
Studying.
They put them through more stuff. They're more stressed, so their value is going down.
No, I get it. And who suffers if you listen to that 1.0 version of yourself for the rest of your life?
My family.
Your
And
family.
besides me, my family.
In what way would they suffer?
It suffered because I probably end up killing myself.
Shit. But if you notice, like she's telling you some pretty like dark stuff. Our tone's not changing.
Yeah.
Our facial expression isn't changing. So I would say, like again, like just like
I feel like that's how I am
Where-
with the last calls of my day. Like this was yeah.
But still, like overall, like discovery, we got to a good point. It's like, hey, if I don't change, like basically, I'm gonna unalive myself, right? I'm pretty sure I have to be YouTube safe, right? Like that, like we got to a very very deep part in the conversation, right? So that's good, but we need to convey that in our facial expression and our tone as well.
Yeah. And
Because
is
I
that fair
probably
to them,
work.
right?
Huh?
Is that
Oh,
fair
no,
to them?
no, it's
That's
not fair to
their
them.
mentality.
Oh no, I mean, and it's sad to say I was working. I was
How does
working
that actually sit
nonstop.
with you when you say that out loud?
Huh?
How does that actually sit with you when you say that out loud? And that's even a possibility, and then you've let it get to that point.
Reality, because
Yeah.
I almost killed myself working 2 jobs,
I'm so sorry.
day shift and night shift, and
Yeah.
I went a whole year without having a day off.
Oh my God.
Night shift at the prison, day shift at the hospital. Night shift at the prison, day shift.
I think she means like work herself too.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't mean actually
exhaustion,
physically-
not like
yeah.
jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
at the hospital. Did it get me anywhere?
So-
No, it didn't get me
I
anywhere.
get it. So Sonia,
Right?
it's time for a change then, right?
Right.
Okay.
And it seemed
Hey.
like you got a little bit uncomfortable in that, and then you just wanted to move forward, which kind
I
of like
was-
fair enough if you don't know how to like navigate it.
What was going through my head in that moment was like I felt
Mhm.
like she was just speaking in such abstract to where like it wasn't even like she didn't even believe that was an actual possibility, but she was just saying it because like I don't know. I feel that's where my head was at. But I also felt like I had enough to transition.
Yeah. No, I feel like you did have enough emotion. Okay. And then the question here, after we do ideal state, this is typically a part where we knock them down. I get we want to change, but at the end of the day of right now, we're here. So what do you need to do now to ideally, like, I probably wouldn't ask it in that way, right? Like if you notice how he went like in the process, and typically how about it is there is a 2-step way to go ahead and get to consequence, right? That's really how like I'll knock them down to reality is like, hey, what happens if nothing changes? Basically. Okay. So for example, this is just like generally speaking, the overarching biz op structure. Like, hey, I have to ask if nothing changes with your marketing or whatever it is, changes with your job. How likely is it that you're going to be able to hit revenue goal, profit goal in time frame, whatever it is? How likely is it that you'll be able to achieve goal in time frame? Okay. That's what he asked. And she said, there's no way. Perfect. She's like, there's no way if I don't change, I'm going to get what I want. So then what happens if nothing changes and we never get outcome, right? He asked a slightly different consequence question that still got to the heart of the issue, right? But still really good, got there. And then how did this call end? Because then from there we presented.
I could have got a
I know she
PIF, but her fucking banking app had maintenance.
Yeah. Did she give any
So-
objections, or is it pretty objectionless?
No, it was objectionless.
Yeah, it seemed with like the time you did spend with her, like you tied her up so many different ways. It was very difficult for her to give you any objections.
Yeah.
So solid job on that. I would just say biggest thing probably work on is turning that call is how do we have that 35-minute discovery in 20-25 minutes max?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because we could probably shave off like 10-15 minutes of that.
Yeah.
And then like it's done and dusted. And, that way we can, have more calls, right? Because if it goes on longer, then just generally speaking, we can just take less calls overall.
Yeah. I feel that's how most of my calls, when they do run long, it's because of that in problem awareness on like an adjacent problem. Like even when I sold the Christian biz op, like that's what it was. It's like I was on an adjacent problem, then I have to loop it back around.
Yeah.
In like future pacing or in solution awareness, and then get the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say generally speaking, biz op just always go money. It's always go money, especially if they're saying like penny pinching, paycheck to paycheck, things along those lines. If they're already hinting that it's they need to make more money, that's really what it is. If we just hammer that, then we'll be gold.
Fucking cooked. Yeah.
All right. Cool,
100%,
guys.
bro.
Well, I do have 5 more minutes right before I have to hop on a coaching call for my mastermind members. So if you guys have any particular questions, go ahead and drop them down below and I'll go ahead and answer them. Nathan, are you going to hop on the coaching call or you have a call? that you have to be
Yeah,
on?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you there, bro.
No,
Okay.
right.
But I'll answer questions here. You can hop off if you want or totally up to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay for like
Alright.
5 minutes and just answer any questions.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go take
See
a
you, bro.
piss. All right. Peace.
All right, see ya. Okay, cool. Well, but for me personally, what gets me shift, tone, facial expressions is treated prospect as someone I've known for a while, come from a place of genuinely trying to help and understand. Yeah, that's a really good point. I will say this is not always true, but this tends to be like generally true. Women versus men. Women tend to understand like social dynamics. Probably they pick it up a little bit quicker than men, just generally speaking. The thing that really helps me when I'm having these conversations and really trying to connect is I'm going to try to put myself in their shoes to the best of my ability. Okay. So whether it's through like people I know, people I grew up on, or like personal experience, as much as I can, I want to connect as best as I can, put myself in their shoes. Right. So if they're talking about not having money, for example, like she did, I'm going to think back some of the problems that I had. Right. And this is like just kind of in the background. I'm not going to be like sitting there like thinking super hard about it, but I'm just going to think about some of the problems I had when it's like I was living in Miami in a studio apartment and like I didn't make any money for like 3 months. Right. I was freaking the fuck out. Now imagine this is going on for 20 years. Right. Okay, what are some of the problems that she might be running into? So I'm going to be thinking about that, and I can put myself in their shoes to the best of my ability. Okay, like I know I grew up around a lot of poor people, just in general, like in my family. I've heard the pain in their voice when they talk about it. So it's like that's how I connect it. Okay, to the best of my ability. Okay, doesn't mean I always do it perfectly, but that's how I'll go ahead and do it. All right. Any other questions that anyone has? If not, we can wrap it up here. I can go on to my other coaching session. It's about to be 2 a.m. Vietnam time. So really dialing it in. Okay. 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 So if you are starting from day one, first time closing, what are the top three things you would focus on, and what are you not spending time on? That one is interesting. I will say, like, for me personally, part of it just depends on your goals. Okay. If I went back and I paid attention to my goals, the number one thing that I'm not focusing on when I was first starting is girls, because that is probably one of the biggest things that like held me back. Now I'm happily married, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But so no, I'm not in Da Nang. I'm in Nha Trang, but my wife is originally from here, so I would say that one. But like in terms of like, I would just focus on one person or one structure or one way of selling and just study that. I think a big problem that people can have is they get so much input from all these different sources. But the issue with that is because it's like on some level, especially now, if they've actually have sales experience and have gotten other people good results and things along those lines, there's tons of different ways to view things and a ton of different ways work, right? I'm not going to be the one to sit here and say like, if you don't sell my way, like you're not going to make money. It's like, obviously people don't sell exactly the way I sell and they make a ton of money. Okay. So, but if you try to like do so many different things, generally speaking, that will split your focus. So a lot of things like I would focus on is just like not splitting my focus. So number one, the very first thing I need to find is somebody that I feel like I can relate to, I can trust, and I can connect with what they're saying. I understand what they're saying, and they sell at least somewhat close to my personality. Okay. It shouldn't be like 100% because on some level you do need to grow if you're going to, get the best at sales in your personality, but at least somewhat close. Okay. So that'd be number one. Number two is just really, really like understanding human behavior. So it's like understanding structure, understanding what to say. Like you need that stuff. You need to have it memorized. All that stuff is really key. You need to make it sound natural, but understanding human behavior, like what actually drives people, that one's really, really, really key. Okay. And I would say number three, what would I focus on is just listening to my own calls. If you listen back to your own calls religiously every single day, not getting any feedback from anyone else, you will get better at sales. You just will, because you'll be able to hear when you sound good and when you don't sound good. You'll just be able to hear it. Like you've probably listened to enough good sales calls, things along those lines where things went well, things didn't go well, that you can at least like pinpoint this. Now, generally speaking, if you have somebody who can point these things out and really give you, better guidance, like fantastic, like do that. Okay. Now that comes down to like, number one, like find somebody that like aligns with you and like really study their stuff. You can study their YouTube stuff, or you can get hands-on one-on-one training. Right. Okay. I would say like getting hands-on training like really helped me, just because again, it's another tool that also allowed me to focus. So I wasn't looking anywhere else. I put my money where my mouth is, and I just focused on this one thing. And then from there, once you get the foundations, that's when you can start taking in other things from other people and start piecing it together. But until you get to that point, until you make like maybe even third, start looking any other way until you get good at like one thing. Once you're good at one thing, then you can start taking more things in. But the biggest thing you just need to be able to do is just learn how to focus, understand human behavior. If you can do those things, like you'll make money in sales. One last caveat, I would say most salespeople are fucking lazy. So if you can actually dial in pre-call process, referrals, upsells, follow-ups, if you can just dial those four things in, then you will outsell most people without even having a skill set. So actually, I'm going to knock out like whatever number two was, right? Whatever and just say like dial in those those 4 things. If you dial in those 4 things, you'll make a lot more money. So it's like pre-call process, making sure as many people as humanly possible actually show up. Number 2, making sure every single person that you do sell turns into more sales. That's referrals and upsells. Okay. Making sure, number 3, that you follow up. Okay. Which is just going to cause you to close as many people as possible. If you do those things, you will absolutely make a shit ton of money in sales. Okay. So hopefully this has been helpful, guys. If you find these lives helpful, let me know in the comments, right? I can definitely do more of them. I got a ton of mastermind people that are always like, oh, like, we can take a look at more calls. I like doing these, but if you guys won't watch them, I won't do them. I still might, but let me know. But hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.